Engineers are a really bright bunch, so you probably already worked out why we're here and where we are. So, GW Martin down in Hampshire, celebrating 50 years of being in this building. They've actually been going since 1959, but this fantastic facility here, we'll have a look around later. We're going to have a chat with Stuart Yalden, MD of the company, and the local MP who's popped in, Mims Davis. Stuart, GW Martin, we've done a lot of videos for you guys, but why are we here today?
Well, we're here to celebrate our 50th anniversary in Bishopstoke Road in the factory that you've seen here today.
Okay, but you've been going longer than 50 years, is that right?
We have. We were started in 1959 by George William Martin. He ran the business in Eastleigh, just around the corner, in a small shop. As the business expanded, he felt the need to build the factory here, and we've since expanded it in the mid-70s to the size it is today.
I see. What size is it? Because huge machine shop out the back.
Yeah, it's 25,000 square feet.
And how many machines have you got?
We have about 30 machines, quite a wide range of equipment, dating back to some of the machines from the 70s, Cam Auto machines, but we've always modernised. So we've modernised in the 1980s, brought in a lot of CNC equipment when the CNC machines were becoming more commonplace. And over the last few years, we've put a huge investment into some very modern Index and Miano machines.
Yeah, you've got some great machines. We've done some separate videos on those. But assembly section as well?
And we've expanded our assembly section. It's something that we've been doing for quite a while. We haven't talked a huge amount about it, but over the last few years we've expanded it into a separate assembly room, and we found a need for mechanical assembly. So we've established an anti-static line for some of the PCB work that we're bringing into some of the parts that we're manufacturing, getting treated, and we are now providing a finished product because of our assembly line.
Okay, Stuart, great examples of investing and expanding the different routes for the company, but I understand it's all the 50s today, is that right?
There are a lot of 50s today.
Not my age, I hasten to add.
No, not quite for me. But we have, we are obviously 50 years in Bishopstoke Road today. We were opened by the local MP, David Price, here 50 years ago. We also are about to take on our 50th employee on Monday. So we have a new parts inspector joining and strengthening our quality team. So we will have 50 employees as of Monday. And also, and probably most significantly, we have a gentleman who's actually not here today, but he completed his 50th year with GW Martin just a month ago. Andy Clark, he started off as an apprentice. He's worked his entire career with us as an apprentice. He did a wonderful job throughout his career, and took on the sales manager role. And to be honest, the business wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for Andy's input over the last 50 years.
Oh, that's brilliant. All the 50s there. Now, you mentioned the MP opened this facility. We're going to go and have a chat with Mims Davis, the local MP.
Absolutely. Yeah, Mims has been very kindly came down today to celebrate. So yeah, very nice to have a chat with her.
Mims, first of all, GW Martin, how have they supported the local economy?
Well, they have been supporting Eastleigh for over 50 years. They have had apprenticeships that started 50 years ago, with some of those people still working in the company, and new apprenticeships that have been starting the last couple of years. There's been over 6,000 apprenticeships across Eastleigh since 2010, and GW Martin have done their bit in adding to that number.
Now, we're chatting earlier, women in engineering.
That's something I'm really passionate about. I'm a woman in a man's world when it comes to politics, so absolutely, with my equalities hat on, I make sure that I support women's opportunities in all sectors. And last year, at the end of last year, I supported a Women in Engineering breakfast where we had leading lights from across the country and across the sectors talking about how we can encourage more women and girls into this sector. We need more girls doing STEM. We need more companies like GW Martin making sure that they talk to all the opportunities that talk up all the opportunities that are there for women and girls. 52% of this country is female, and companies like this won't succeed in the future unless they're bringing in women and girls into this environment.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll get an invite to that. Now, also, environmental credentials. I know GW Martin are very strong on that.
They've been strong on that for some time. I've seen that they've got some new lighting here, that they're watching what they're spending on electricity. I've got a very big solar panel area in my constituency, and the cost that it takes to run your business really matters. So the more that we can use renewables, the more that we can look at our costs, the more that we can share what the national grid is able to put out, it's really, really important. So GW Martin doing all the right things in investing in this factory, which they've been doing for over 50 years, making it a more pleasant place to work and also more environmentally friendly.
Okay, now my next question, British manufacturing.
Very, very important, and in fact my constituency does so much for that. We've heard about the lighting that they do here, some of the bread and butter work that they do in GW Martin is really important, but across my patch, boating, yachting, all sorts of different areas of manufacturing that people wouldn't always think about. I've got people making sails in Hedge End. It's all happening across Eastleigh, and we're getting out into that wider world. Now of course people are concerned with Brexit and there are changes afoot, but this government and certainly constituency MPs like me are really, really absolutely determined to support our local businesses so that whatever the political environment, whatever going on with Brexit, that the companies can rely on their members of parliament to make their business better globally.
Yeah, I think in terms of Brexit, all my engineers are what I call Brexit busy, so we're going to adapt and change when that happens.
I think that's typical of engineers and engineering, and that's the typical British spirit. I don't believe in this talking Britain down, this concerning ongoing raging between Remainers and Leavers. The reality is it's happening. The reality is that governments and businesses have to be ready for that. Our job is to make sure that government gets it right, and businesses are already being proactive and dynamic in this area. And I applaud all the businesses on just getting on with it. I think politicians can frankly learn from them.
Mims, thank you very much.
Pleasure.